Hey guys, welcome to BP, the Bible Perspective. I'm going to talk about the Rev Jesse Lee Peterson and his gay dilemma, and more so the left's gay dilemma. Do they support or condemn Jesse Lee Peterson? Now, before we get into it, please like and share this video and subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And as always, if you have a thought or comment, add it to the comments section below. All comments are welcome. The Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson is one of the most polarizing far-right pundits that we have seen in recent days. He is a conservative. He does go by the title of Reverend. I believe he has a church and a ministry. We'll get into that a little more in a moment. He has appeared on Fox News, Newsmax, pretty much all conservative outlets and platforms. And he spews some of the most interesting rhetoric, okay, which I'll show you clips of. But what he is also known for is being one of the most anti-black pundits around. And yes, you are looking at a picture of a black man. Now, I believe that a lot of the what's called black conservatives, he has been featured in one of the movies. Now, that term Uncle Tom, that is a movie that's a documentary he is involved with, produced by black conservatives such as Larry Elders. I think Uncle Tom 2 even has Vody Bachman, the Reverend Vody Bachman, but I'm not dealing with him. I have dealt with Vody in past videos, but so I shy away from using the term Uncle Tom. I shy away from using the term coon, sellout, etc., etc. But there are those blacks / black conservatives that wear this title with a badge of honor. And like I say, this is not me posting it. This is an actual documentary that was produced by Larry Elders, which he participated in, and other black conservatives. Now, I want to say, let me be very clear, when we talk about black conservatives, they're not monolithic in any way. So there is a group of black conservatives that they go out of their way to be as anti-black as they can. And I can't tell you the motives. I mean, some of them might do it for the money. In other words, if you want to, make good money. So a person like Candace Owens, Brandon Tatum, Jesse Lee Peterson, Larry Elders, they make good money because their audience, in other words, they talk to white people about black people, and more so criticize, disparage, insult as much as they can. And so they have an audience, okay? Candace Owens, of course, is probably one of the most popular black conservatives. And what's interesting is that if you go back just a few short years, you find that they wasn't conservative. But I'm really getting off track here. Jesse Lee Peters is one of the most, as I said, when you say Uncle Tom, and by the way, they hear all of the negative insults about them. Uncle Tom, and this is a documentary, as I said, if you want to go and watch it, there's actually an Uncle Tom 1, Uncle Tom 2, and remember, this is black conservatives wearing the title of Uncle Tom. Now, Uncle Tom, in and of itself, there are several derogatory labels for black sellouts. There's Uncle Tom, there's Sambo, there is Uncle Ruckus, then there is Coon, okay, And these are all derogatory terms for sellout. As I said, I usually try to shy away from labeling people like that. Although I believe that there are people that go out of their way to, you can't help but to say that. And Jesse Lee Peters is one. In other words, he has said some derogatory things such as black people are mentally retarded. Black women are the most evil women on the planet. Black women single-handedly have destroyed the black community. We can go on and on and on. He's also come up with this little phrase, White History Month. Okay? In other words, why do we have a Black History Month? Let's have a White History Month. He is, of course, as you can figure, Make America Great Again. I kind of picked this out because the hat is fitting, the big large hat. But he has labeled Donald Trump as the Great White Hope. So to say that he wears the crown of being the King Uncle Tom, I think it's a fight between him and Larry Elders, okay, and Candace Owens. There's another guy I'm not going to get into. His name is Tommy Sotomayor, and he is not as popular because he's even more crude. But again, they make their money. In a lot of these cases, I don't necessarily believe that they're strict conservatives as much as, hey, you find an audience. Trump did the same thing. Trump wasn't a Republican until he ran for office. He looked at the landscape, probably knew he could not win as a Democrat, so he became a Republican. And he's not necessarily believing all the Republican values other than those that benefit the wealthy. But other than that, he can give a flip about a lot of these other stuff. But he's a salesman, and he knows, hey, this is the audience that worked. And it had worked for him well. And you have voices like Jesse Lee here that will blare Trump's praises aloud. Another thing that's kind of surprising to me, okay, is the amount of people that go on his show. This is David Pakman. I watch David Pakman too, and I like thinkers, and I watch all sides of the spectrum. So not only is it liberal, progressive, but also conservative. So yes, I watch Fox News. I also watch progressive news agency. But I'm always amazed that these people that go on Jesse Lee Peterson. And, this is one of the most funniest ones here where he actually talks about how evil women are. And so the Christine Powers, she turns to Sean Hannity and she says to Sean Hannity, do you see this? And I think what her naivety is that yes, Sean Hannity he is fully aligned with Jesse Lee Peters. Again, I don't know why she was on the show. I forgot her name. I think her name is Amber, but she used to date. She dated Kanye West, and I think she was a stripper. I think so I just don't understand that. Dr. Richie, I'm surprised he had Jesse Lee on the show, and that was a disastrous show interview that even eventually Dr. Richie cut it. But like I said, which I don't understand why he had it on there in the first place. This is a YouTuber, Cynthia G. Again, why would she go on the Jesse Lee Peterson program? All right, so I certainly digress from that. But in recent times, and this is really what I wanted to talk about, that in recent times there are allegations that came up about Jesse Lee Peterson, him being gay. Okay, and one of the interesting thing about this that these guys did a documentary on the Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson being gay. And of course, problem with his thing is that he talks about, the evils of homosexuality and the whole conservative anti, father in the homes, especially when it comes to black neighborhoods. But he certainly speaks out against gay rights, abortion rights. My take is this: I don't know if these allegations are true. I believe they're in the lawsuit platform now. In other words, I think they're going to be, one or the other is suing them. I think they're suing Jesse Lee Peterson, if I'm not mistaken. So, we'll see how these things go out in court. People can say a lot of stuff in public, but then when it goes to court under oath, it's a different story. But there are, like I say, this is the pictures that you're seeing here. These are the pictures from the documentary that a guy did alleging Jesse Lee Peter's homosexuality. All right. Okay, so I don't know if they're true or not. I wouldn't be surprised if they are. His rhetoric always, when you see people, how vitriol, the louder they yell, that at some point, sometimes these truths come out. Again, I don't know if these are true. What I want to kind of leave, and this is my kind of a main thought, is the left, the progressive left, and then you can add with that, obviously, the gay agenda. How they are very, very hesitant to really come out against Jesse Lee Peterson with these allegations. Now, there have been other people that have come out, like, preachers who have come out, very fundamentalist, right-wing preachers, right, have come out, been exposed as being gay. But there is an agenda, in my opinion, that motivates the progressive left, the gay agenda, to be very soft and easy on this. They don't want to really attack Jesse Lee Peterson, even though they despise him, they hate him, right? Even though they will be the first to say he is a hypocrite. So why are they hesitant about really going after him? And again, their progressive gay agenda. And one reason is this, and this is interesting. They don't want to attack someone, not because of Jesse Lee, but others who are in the closet. They don't want to shame someone for being gay. They don't want to make it seem like that being gay itself is wrong. And that's interesting. Now, it doesn't mean that Jesse Lee will get away with it. We'll see. If it goes further deeper into the courts, if he's sued, things like that, then yeah, they could have an effect on, his programming, things like that. And when I say he was a reverend, I did say this, that supposedly he had some kind of ministry in Los Angeles. And by the way, this is where a lot of these allegations take place, in the ministry. Okay, so that it could hurt him that way, and I think they kind of have. It seems to me that the agenda sort of has the attitude, let it run its course, and yes, if it destroys them, so be it. But they're very, very hesitant to criticize these allegations here, which I find is funny. Now, that doesn't mean everybody's not like that, but certainly the overall, where probably in an other setting, he would have been blasted all over the news, the news. But anyway, that's my thought, guys. That is my thought. That is my perspective. Love to hear your opinions and your thoughts. Add them to the comments section. Remember, all comments are welcome. And don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I will see you next time.